Hi guys, welcome to Stacking Stocks yet again, and thank you for tuning in today. We hope you're super excited about today's session because we'll find out whether Wish stock will squeeze out Wall Street like AMC and GME did. If you tuned in to our previous session, you can remember our extensive discussion on AMC and GME short squeeze. Today, we'll find out if another short squeeze will follow after Wish stock's earnings release. Stay tuned. Context Logic, WISH stock had a turbulent ride since its listing. The stock surged amid the pumping from Reddit traders, but has since pared its gains. What's the forecast for Wish stock? And is it a good buy after the crash? Also, is another short squeeze coming after the earnings? For starters, it's essential for you to comprehend what we mean by shorting Wish stock. What does it mean to sell short Wish stock? Short selling Wish is an investing strategy that aims to generate trading profit from context logic as its price is falling. If you're a beginner, you might not be conversant with these strategies, but don't worry, we hope that this guide will prove useful. As much as we're discussing the stock's potential short squeeze, let's also assess its share price performance. We have established that Wish stock is currently trading at around $5.37. To short context logic stock, an investor borrows shares, sells them, and repurchases the shares on the public market later to return them to the lender. Short sellers are betting that context logic will decline in price. If the stock does drop after selling, the short seller repurchases it at a lower price and returns it to the lender. The difference between the selling price and the buy price is the trader's profit. But will we see a short squeeze anytime soon? Let's look at the stock's performance in the last 1 year. Wish priced the IPO at $24 in December of 2020. The stock closed down on the very first day, which was in stark contrast to what we saw from other listings like DoorDash and Airbnb that month. Context Logic is now down almost 60% from the IPO price and is among the worst listings over the last year. From what we've gathered, it looks like the stock has declined in the recent past. Well, we can't conclude anything before we look at its recent earnings first. This will be interesting, especially because we're going to assess the stock's potential for a short squeeze. Can Wish stock shorting be as bad as AMC's? Let's analyze the stock's earnings and then get into the potential short squeeze. Sometime in August, Wish released its second quarter earnings after the market closed. We established that the company posted revenues of $722.9 in the quarter, which is below the $772 million that it posted in the previous quarter. The company's EBITDA loss narrowed to $58 million from $79 million in the first quarter of 2021 as expected. That doesn't look really good for the stock. A decline in revenues is not promising to investors. Have you included Wish stock in your investment portfolio? If you have, does the sharp decline scare you? We'd understand if an investor decides not to hold on to their shares. Wish has been witnessing uneven and tepid growth, and it hasn't turned profitable yet on the EBITDA level. Both of these factors have been weighing on the stock's valuation. Wish trades at a massive discount to other e-commerce companies. Wish has an NTM EV to sales multiple of 1.34 times compared to 2.62 times for Coupang and 3.32 times for Amazon. What do you think motivates most investors to consider a particular stock? It's the numbers in terms of revenues, profits, and share price. As you can see, we're talking about a massive decline in revenues for Wish stock. The stock has also not turned profitable yet. Why would anyone consider keeping or buying it? As if that isn't enough, the stock isn't trading at the same levels like some of its competitors. It's often essential for companies to keep up with their rival. But if that's not possible, then even investors tend to lose faith and migrate to greener pastures. On that note, let's find out how Wish is performing in the stock exchange market. Many investors are torn on what to do with Wish stock. Some rate Wish as a buy, whereas others have a sell rating on the stock. But who do you think has the accurate rating? When it comes to stock trading, nobody is actually right or wrong. It's upon an investor to decide whether they want to buy or sell the stock. What's your take on the Wish stock? Would you buy or sell the stock? We believe that more factors ought to be considered before you make a decision. For example, its average target price of $21.67 is a premium of more than 120% over the current price. Does that fascinate or put you off? Some investors might find this appealing, while others might not. But what's the general standing? Several brokerages have been lowering their target prices for Wish stock. In July, Bank of America downgraded the stock from a buy to neutral and slashed the target price from $18 to $12. In May, Nicholas and Credit Suisse also lowered their target price after Wish reported its earnings. This does not look good for Wish stock. Unless there's an expectation that Wish stock will improve in the future, we believe that there are investors who could be planning to let go of their holdings. But can you blame them? The essence of investing in stock is seeing them grow and gain profits. But if that's not achievable, then the only solution is to let go. But then has anyone first considered what will happen to ContextLogic stock after its earnings release? Will Wish stock rise or fall? The earnings season for e-commerce companies hasn't been pleasant. Alibaba, Amazon, and Coupang stocks fell after their earnings releases. While Coupang's earnings missed the estimates, Amazon's top-line growth and third-quarter guidance disappointed markets. E-commerce companies are witnessing a slowdown in growth rates after the bump in 2020. Well, you're probably wondering why we're mentioning other e-commerce companies. Since they fall within the same category as Wish, the chances that the trajectory of the progression will be similar are high. Just like the other e-commerce companies, Wish hasn't been posting pleasant earnings. From what we've explained, what's your opinion on Wish stock? Is it a good stock to buy now? Wish stock has looked weak. Ideally, an investor would be scared by the poor performance. Apart from the broader sell-off in e-commerce stocks, company-specific factors have also been weighing on the stock. The second quarter earnings release will be a key opportunity for the company to instill confidence amongst investors. Do you think any investor would splash their money on a stock they lack confidence in? We don't think so. The stock looks like a good buy based on tepid valuations, but the company has to improve its financial performance for it to go up sustainably. Good financial performance means that investors will get good stock dividends. Such are the things that will motivate investors. Wish had a FINRA short interest of 56% on August 11th. That's a pretty high short interest. And if the company can report better than expected earnings, we could see a short squeeze. To sum it up, while Wall Street Bets traders might have given up on Wish stock after the initial pumping, you shouldn't yet. The stock looks like a good long-term buy at the current prices. Those who want to include a short squeeze in Wish stock, buying up heavily shorted shares to force bearish traders to cover their positions, should really think multidimensionally. You don't want to just focus exclusively on the short percent. The possibility of a short squeeze is one reason some people look at a high amount of short interest as a bullish indicator. We believe that short interest is the fuel, performance is the fuse. A short squeeze for ContextLogic will occur when it has a large amount of short interest, and its stock appreciates in price. This will force short sellers to cover their short interest positions by buying actual shares of Wish, which in turn drives the price of the stock up even further. But all this remains to be seen. That's the end of our session today. Once again, thank you for joining us today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.